Welcome to the world of sexology with renowned author, speaker, and expert Sean Boudram.
As a special note for this episode, I do want to say that I use language like women and men, but what I should have said are people with vulvas and those who want to pleasure people with vulvas. Enjoy.
All right, team, so we're talking about the G-spot today. In celebration, I actually dressed up like a vulva. So
Beautiful.
there we go. The G-spot is a highly debated topic, and a lot of people wonder if every woman has a G-spot. What do you think?
I think it depends. I mean, we can't look into every woman's vagina, so you never know.
My middle school health teacher told me the G-spot feels like a walnut. I've never had that personal experience.
I'm sorry, what?
The prostate is actually described as feeling like the walnut.
Interesting.
Because the prostate is a little bit larger and it can get a little harder. The G-spot is often compared to the roof of your mouth, that rigid feeling there.
Raise your hand if you touch your tongue to your
I just did.
It's not really the G-spot. It's really more the G region. Now, our genitals are rich with nerves, they're rich with beautiful parts, they're rich with tissue, and all these things can be pleasurable. So the G-spot can speak to either one, the clitoral legs, because the clitoris, as we know, is a lot larger than just that little button at the top. It can speak to the Skene's gland, which would be the female prostate. It can also speak to the erectile tissue between your urethra and the vagina, and that erectile tissue between the urethra and the vagina can get really engorged with blood and can be pleasurable to touch.
I'm learning so much, you guys.
I think it's crucial to think about it like it's confusing. Really, at the end of the day, we all have the same body parts, they're just organized in different ways. So if you think of the G region, so you've got that erectile tissue, that's like the shaft of the penis. You've got the Skene's gland, that's like the prostate. Then you've got the clitoris, and that is like the penis. And the clitoris, again, is that long network that is shaped like a wishbone. So now it's not confusing, it's just organized in a different way. And stimulating it is all that frontal region. I'm sure you guys have heard the putting your fingers in and moving it towards the belly button. That's usually, if you play around there, you'll strike gold somehow.
I'm sure some dudes, and me included, have trouble finding the G-spot, but sometimes that's because I feel like the woman or whoever your partner is maybe isn't comfortable enough, like, vocalizing what they want, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I love communication in bed. You know what I mean? So if I'm doing something wrong, tell me.
I will say, though, a lot of guys do get very sensitive when you critique them in the act. They tend to see it as something personal about them rather than, no, I'm uncomfortable. It ain't about you. I don't feel good right now.
I will say, though, Lindsay, I have had so many people sit in this couch, and I've spoken to so many men, and all of them really do say, I want to be told. I think maybe the way you tell somebody can be the difference. Like, you're doing it wrong. That's probably not the right tone in the bedroom. But you probably would say something like, oh, when you thrust shallow, it feels amazing. Oh, it's so good, that pressure feels right, do that again. So you can still guide the person without making it into a critique.
Well, I've also had women like take my hand and like move it like an inch to the left or an inch to the right, which is lovely.
It looks lovely.
It's like a Pac-Man game, like up, down, side, around.
And I think it's important to note some people may genuinely not have that sensitivity there.
Right.
Again, if that tissue is too thick, if the clitoris is way too far from the vaginal opening, and you don't have a Skene's gland, which women don't need a Skene's gland, it's kind of like men don't need nipples. And so some people just didn't get it produced at that large amount that it needs to feel something. A lot of women who have a larger Skene's gland have an easier time squirting, for example. So I think it's important to say, if you've tried the gamut, you've played around, you've played with toys, you've done penetration, you don't feel anything, it may not be there for you, and that's okay. What do you all think are the best positions to hit the G-spot?
Definitely being on top, because for me at least, I feel like I have more control, and I feel like the angle specifically just really hits it and just feels awesome.
I think missionary for me.
Missionary with closed legs apparently is the holy grail of missionary for the G-spot. Wow. So next time, just put those legs together, see if that helps.
Right and tight.
It's so funny because every time I come, if I squeeze my legs together, I feel like I'm gonna come again.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever felt that before.
Because you're squeezing the clitoris, right?
Even after though, after you're done.
You can have multiple orgasms.
Oh yeah, I thought I was the only one.
You are not the only woman having multiple orgasms. I'm a one and done as well too, so I think it depends on the person. Rochella, she keep going.
I gotta learn, yeah.
She got time to kill. Has anyone had to help their partner find their G-spot?
Yeah,
Lindsay?
100%. I'm such a big believer in ladies having vibrators, guys having vibrators, because I don't expect someone I'm sleeping with to find my G-spot if I don't know where it is myself.
I love the equal opportunity, but just
I'm
continue.
with it. If I could get myself there, I could just put my partner's hand exactly where I know I like it and it depends on the day. Some days I'm just wanting to do a fast and quick clitoral orgasm, and a G-spot is a lot of physical effort. So a vibrator I think makes things so much easier and so much more pleasure for both partners.
So let me ask the guys, do you want guidance on how to find a woman's G-spot?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, it takes two to tango, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you're trying to get off, like, tell me, let's go, you know?
Thank you so much for sharing your truths with me. And if you are watching this show and you are curious about the G region, start to play around. Don't think of it so much as a spot, but a lot of beautiful possibilities that exist within the woman's vagina towards the belly button, around the lower third area. When it comes to positions, try to prioritize that in your play, but at the end of the day, finding a position that allows you to touch other areas might also be your go-to. And last but not least, if you do not experience enough sensation from G-spots, that's okay. Not everybody is going to have sex the exact same way. It's about finding what feels good for you and playing in that space. Thank you for watching Sexology. We'll see you next time.
We hope that the information provided in this video was useful and helpful to you. Please don't forget to leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe to our channel. That will help us to keep providing more educational and informative videos. See you soon.